I'm often asked, what are the best social media listening tools out there? So, as you can imagine, there's a lot of conversation that takes place in the market, and it's as you're growing as a business, and depending who you service, how you service them, what sort of products you have, a lot of there'll be potentially, and depending on how aggressive you are from a marketing perspective, there'll be potentially a lot of discussion about your brand online. So, all the big brands, the Nikes of the world, the Apples, etc., they're always monitoring the sentiment and the conversations which are had online. They're very attuned to it, and they put a lot of resource into listening because understanding the customer sentiment, it becomes really important to them. Yes. You might wonder sometimes why things don't always get done, or how even though there's a lot of bad press, they still manage to stay in business. That's just part of the nature of the beast, I guess. But as a smaller business owner, say, or a medium business owner, or even if you're marketing in a larger corporation, understanding the brand conversations that are being had out there can be really valuable. I know for me, over the years, we've used a series of different tools to monitor brands, but there's nothing better than seeing the conversations and hearing and listening to what people are saying about your brand. So there's lots of ways to do it. There are a lot of paid tools, and there's a couple of free versions as well, a couple of free strategies you can employ. Starting off with the free, probably the easiest one. It's not always going to be 100%, and it's not always going to pick up on things that, it will only pick up on things that are in the public domain. So Google Alerts is a really good thing to set up. Basically, it allows you to set like a phrase or your word, your keyword, your brand, as an alert, so that whenever it pops up online or has some bit of PR or somebody speaks about it, you can set up a Google alert, and it will send you an email saying where it's been mentioned. Now, the limitation of that is, and where it can get a bit tricky, is if your word or your brand is something that's a fairly commonly used term, that can be a little bit difficult. Because it's going to pick up, of course, on everywhere that terminology is used. It also allows you to, it will allow you to focus specifically on a country, and there's a lot of parameters you can set, but it's free. So it's a good way of sort of listening to any conversations that are out there. Then there are paid tools. Probably one of the best that I've found or seen and used over the years is called Mention. Mention is really good at monitoring multiple platforms and listening to when your brand comes up in conversation. It's a paid tool. I think there's a freemium model, and I'm not sure if there still is now. We've used the paid model over time, and it's just good because it infiltrates things like forums and social media pages, group pages, websites, social profiles. There's news, so PR, where people do articles. There's so many different tools, so many different places where conversations can take place online now, that having somewhere to listen out and to do that listening can be really beneficial. So you can keep it really simple with the free stuff, or if you're a larger business and listening to customer conversations or conversations that are happening online is important to you, then I would definitely be evaluating the free tools such as Mention. I hope that helps, and let me know what you think.